Hey there, and welcome to the Home Studio Rescue here on YouTube. My name is Chris, and today I'm going to be talking about the direction of the channel, some of the stuff I've been going through, imposter syndrome, and honestly, I'm going to do this kind of like a podcast style thing. I haven't decided if I'm going to leave the video running of me looking at the camera or if I'm just going to put up a graphic or something and just talk over it. But at any rate, I put up a poll a week or so ago about what direction, like what kind of videos would you guys like me to make as far as mixing tips, product reviews, all this sort of stuff. And mixing tips became the thing I only got 12 votes. I mean, I have 1,200 subscribers, but I got 12 votes out of that. I appreciate the people that did vote, but it's a pretty small sample size. But it was over 50%, or 50% of you guys said you wanted mixing tips. Honestly, it's been a struggle for me since I created this channel. Back in 2020, I created it February 2020, and a month later, COVID happened. And also during that time, I had a part time job and I was working on some music projects where I was mixing bands. I had a couple of different projects, and then I had projects where I was writing music with friends and all that stuff. And a lot of those things died during COVID. And fast forward to December 2020, I got a job as a sound man at a church, and I've been doing that ever since. And at one point, I was working 7 days a week. I was literally working without a day off, and I was exhausted and sick of it. And in 2021, I cut off the part time job, and I just work at the church now 3 days a week. And then if I need more money, I have to either do gig work to do it or find clients for recording. At one point with my YouTube channel, I originally intended to do like kind of like the recording revolution, like mix tutorials, things like that. Because I was really heavily doing that a lot. I was in Pro Tools a lot. I was mixing bands. I was recording bands, all that stuff. And I couldn't really make a living from that, but it was my passion and that's what I was doing. And I still really enjoy doing those things. Mixing is something I love to do. At this point, there hasn't been a lot of stuff to mix, honestly. I've had a couple of projects. One of them is going to be coming out from a band called The Milestones. I'm going to be talking about how I did some of those mixes, and they're honestly mixes and songs that I'm really proud of. And it's really been an awesome journey to work with that band. And one of the guys in that band owns a cabin called Sill and Glade Cabin in Stanton, Virginia. And that dude started out like he came in to record vocals, and one day I just kind of said, hey man, you got to be practicing this stuff. He eventually got a microphone and an interface, and he had a Mac Mini, and he started working in Logic. And fast forward 2 or 3 years later, and he's calling me saying, hey man, I'm going to buy a cabin and I want to do recording there, and I'd like your help with learning how to do this stuff. In the last 6 months, I've taught him how to record drums. He's got all kinds of clients going in there. He's got an awesome cabin that it sounds amazing, and he's got clients and everything, and he's learned how to record drums. He's like learning all this stuff, and so it's been really fun to watch him do that and to be able to help. And there's also been clients along the way where at one point I started doing like how to use gear stuff on YouTube. And that brought people where I kind of started a coaching and consulting business. And I tried to do that. And I did a lot of that through Zoom, which it was kind of convenient because of what was going on in the world. Now all that's done. And I've been in this room since COVID, kind of by myself a lot, writing music, just partly just to practice Pro Tools and practice making things sound good. And also just because I like writing music, I always wanted to be able to do it without having to try to convince the drummer just to, play boom tat, like just to convince the drummer to play something because they were just playing with their ego. Yeah, that sounds funny. But anyway, I'm now at the place where I play keyboard. I've always played bass. I've played guitar for a long time. I fronted a band where I was the singer, which at this point I have no interest in writing lyrics or singing on stuff, even though I'm trying to force myself just because otherwise I don't have stuff to show you guys at this point. Like COVID kind of killed the projects I had going on, which is kind of the point. And so at this point, I'm at a crossroads with this channel because at one point I started talking about stuff like how much does Pro Tools cost because I thought that was really confusing, and the Waves update plan because that really pissed me off. But I'm tired of talking about that stuff. I've talked about gear all the stuff that I've had. I've owned a lot of different gear, and I sincerely believe that you can make a lot of great music with a Focusrite, Scarlett, whatever, that you don't have to have really expensive gear. So that's something I've been passionate about. When it comes to making mix tutorials, though, that's one of those things where I'm pretty good at mixing a live drum set, mixing a full band, like, guitar, bass, drums, vocals. I can do those things. But there's a lot of stuff where I just feel like there's so much content and there's so many people who have so much more credibility than I do. I'm just a guy in this room. I went to audio school. There's a lot of stuff I could list off to say, hey, I'm qualified to do this. But there's just times where I don't feel like that. Like 2 or 3 times a week, I'm mixing live music, but that doesn't make me feel like I'm qualified to be teaching mix tutorials, especially watching some of this stuff. It's just imposter syndrome. And so I struggle with that. I also want to be authentic with you guys. I want you to know that I'm trying to make my living from audio, and I am making that from being a sound man. It's taken me a little while to be there, but I still have to do gig work. I still have to try to find freelance work, coaching, consulting, mixing, doing whatever I can. I just put together, I just cut up music for one of my coworkers, her daughter's cheerleading thing. I mean, I'm trying to do whatever I can to make more money, and some of that actually comes into I'm going to be doing plugin reviews, which I kind of feel mixed about that as well. I really have enjoyed, Baby Audio sent me some of their plugins, and that's some of the stuff. I also feel like my plugins are outdated. Arturia sent me their FX2 collection like last year, and that was really awesome. And those are cool plugins, but I don't want to just be another channel where I'm peddling stuff and saying, here's my affiliate link. But at the same point, I need to try to make money. That's kind of just me being real. Is I do want to monetize YouTube. I want to have clients. I want to do mixing for people. I would love to help people with their home studio stuff, which I did do during the pandemic. I did coaching, and some of it was cool and some of it was really difficult because Zoom can be difficult. But I've worked with people in Florida. I've worked with people in Ireland. I've worked with people all over. I've had a handful of clients there, and I didn't even know that that was something I was going to do. So I'm trying to do whatever I can to make a buck and make it where I don't have to go sit at a desk and enter data or something like that. And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to figure out how to monetize this channel. I haven't gotten monetized on YouTube yet. I'm still short with the watch hours. And also there's just a time where it's like, there's just a time with it where I don't really know what I want to do with this channel. Originally, I wanted to do mix tutorials, and you guys have said that, so I am going to do some of that stuff. I am going to review plugins and all that, but I'd really like to just build a community. I'd also like to work on some of your guys' music. I'd like to collaborate. That's what I'm doing at this point. I've gotten tired of being in this room alone. And I even put up an ad on Craigslist. I've got a handful of people. I'm trying to make a band again. Just because I'm sick of playing music alone. If you guys want to collaborate, I'm going to put up my SoundCloud page. There's music that I've done in the past. There are mixes. You can hear some of the mixes that I've put up there. And then there is a lot of unfinished stuff. I write a song here probably every other day, at least an idea, but I'm not putting vocals or lyrics to it. If you sing or you're a songwriter and you want to collaborate, reach out to me at homestudiorescue@gmail.com. I'd love to collaborate with some people. I mean, you do have to be good, If it stinks, I'm probably going to say, I don't think we're a fit or something like that. I'm going to try to be nice about it, but I'm looking for talented people to work with and also to feature on the channel. I mean, if I can get some of your guys' music and we can do something cool, I'd love to show people how we're doing it, and so that's kind of where I am right now. It's been difficult, just dealing with imposter syndrome and not feeling like I'm really even qualified to do the mix stuff. I know I am. I know I'm pretty good at mixing live music, mixing bands and all that stuff, but you see everything that's out there. I don't have a Grammy on the shelf. I don't have there's so many things where that voice inside just kind of says, yeah, but you're not Vance Powell, you're not Ryan Hewitt, you're not, I don't know, name somebody, So dealing with imposter syndrome. I'm also dealing with making videos and them not getting viewed. Like I made a video on the recording gear and YouTube pushed it for like a day and it got recommended and that was cool and then it just stopped. So it's like making videos and getting views and all that stuff. I mean, maybe I just shouldn't be worrying about that, just be doing the best I can. Also, there's times where, me sitting in this room, I just don't know how interesting it is or if I can hold your guys' attention. So, if you got any ideas for the channel, if you want to collaborate, I'm going to leave a link. I'm going to leave my email in the description. There's going to be a link to my SoundCloud. You can check out what I'm doing there. Just reach out. You can leave a comment and let me know what you think or where you guys are. Because, I mean, really, this is just me. This is my journey of trying to make audio, make that my living, make my living from it. And I want to do YouTube. I've thought about doing courses and all that stuff, but it's just kind of like imposter syndrome just eats all of that stuff. It's like, who am I to do this stuff? Am I, why would you guys listen to me? And so it just comes from a place of insecurity. All musicians are insecure. And, it's just something I have to get over. So anyway, if you got any value out of this rambling video, hit the like button. Definitely subscribe. If you want to reach out, homestudiorescue@gmail.com. There's also going to be a link for a free Zoom call if you just want to like talk about gear or if you're struggling with recording. I am here for that, and I am confident that I can help you get recording and start making good recordings. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.